Lady Tigers take on the Lady Lions of Florida Memorial University from Miami Gardens, Florida. This is AD Drew with you. Waiting on my partner, Brian Fulford, who's caught in a little bit of traffic. He should be joining us in just a couple of minutes as we get started here for this matchup. Emma Waters comes into this young season 4-0, having four impressive victories. The Edward Waters Lady Tigers averaging 89 points per game while giving up only 59.7 points per game over their first four contests. This Edward Waters team is a senior-laden team out of their first five, but Edward Waters also has two junior college transfers along with two freshmen that are contributing major time for Edward Waters this particular year. Those players include 5'11" Alexis Silver from Winter Park, Florida. Makira Jenkins, a 5'6" guard from Pecoe, Florida. Lishay Henry, a 5'8" guard from Daytona Beach, Florida. And Asia Kelly, a 5'7" guard from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. But we know the names that have made this team great and has led for this team to their second place finish last year in the GCAC. That is that starting five, led by LaQuanza Glover and Latera Ransom, along with Mia Lee, Brittany Thompson, and get his time this year, India Searles. And that crew right there has got this Edward Waters Tigers women's team off to a 4-0 start. For our visitors from Miami Gardens, Florida, they're coached by Gregory Stadback, who is in his fifth year at Florida Memorial College, along with Taylor Payne. They've used a different starting lineup in each of their games thus far this year. And once again, they will be using a different starting lineup today. Starting for Florida Memorial will be number 1, Lena Thompson. Number 25, Biori Pickett. Number 0, Arnisha Gamble. Number 12, Danielle Bailey. And number 14, Isis Lane. That group is off to an 0-2 start. They recently played Faulkner University out of Montgomery, Alabama, and were down 15 points with 2 minutes to go and had the ball with an opportunity to tie at the end of the game before losing by a bucket. So what can you expect here today? High-paced action. Florida Memorial is averaging 75 points a game. They're going to need to put a couple extra points on the board to get up with the 89 points that Edward Waters is averaging. Defensively, they're giving up 65.7 points per game. So we should have a fast-paced action in this particular game. And now, we're going to get ready for the starting lineups for these two teams. We're going to take a break. We're get ready to have the national anthem, followed by the starting lineups for both these teams. We'll be back in just a moment.
And wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MYMAJESTEAS.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
This December 21st, the best in HBCU football will collide in Atlanta at the Celebration Bowl. MEAC versus SWAC. Champion versus champion. Only one team will rise above the rest and claim the coveted Celebration Bowl trophy. Come join the celebration at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this December. For more information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
The Creole seasoning is a sodium-free and sugar-free blend that's versatile enough to put on anything. One of the first blends I developed more than 8 years ago, the Creole seasoning has an unmistakable aroma, a bold flavor, and a little heat for character. Every time I open one of these bottles, I hear trumpets and big band music.
Q Time is a classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and sink your chops into our tantalizing, mouth-watering, distinctive soul food with a twist, the Q Time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking? Then come on down to Q Time, an Urban Passport member.
A gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now I know there's more.
Wherever you've been, whatever you've been through, we have a warm welcome waiting for you at more than 325 hotels around the world. Book today at DoubleTree.com. DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
We're back here in Duval as we get ready for tonight's ladies matchup. We're just now finishing the starting lineups for Florida Memorial University. Those starters once again: number 0, Ardisha Gamble; number 1, Lena Thompson; number 12, Danielle Bailey; number 14, Isis Lane; and number 25, Biori Pickett. And now for your Edward Waters Tigers. Number 3, LaQuanza Glover, senior, Jacksonville, Florida. Mia Light, guard, 5'7" senior from Queens, New York, Booker T. Washington High School. Latera Ransom is a 6'2" junior from Jacksonville, Florida, Ribault High School. India Searles, a 6' sophomore from Bradenton, Florida, Lakewood High School. And Brittany Thompson, the 5'5" senior from Kendrick High School in Columbus, Georgia. That is your starting lineup for your Edward Waters Lady Tigers. Head coach Charmaine Wilson in her 9th year at EWC. 130 and 101 at Edward Waters College. Last year, this Edward Waters team went 18 and 14, 9 and 7 in conference. They're projected to finish number 2 in the GCAC, along with Dillard, also at number 2. Your officials for tonight. Your referee is Cassie Cannett, Melody Rozier, and Christina Carlos. And it looks as if Pickett will be jumping center versus number 32, Searles. Pickett, 5'10", sophomore from Trenton, New Jersey. Searles, 6' sophomore from Bradenton, Florida. As we get ready here for the tip-off, expect a lot of action. Edward Waters is not a great three-point shooting team. They do not defend the three-point shot very, very well. This Florida Memorial team shoots the three at a 35.4% clip. So expect a lot of three-pointers from Florida Memorial, whereas expect a lot of slashing and cutting from the Edward Waters Tigers. As we've just sent both teams back to the bench area for, we're not sure what reason it is that we've just sent both teams back to the bench area. Got an issue over at the table, so we're going to start the game off with a technical foul. Number 23, Brittany Thompson, will shoot the technical, and Emma Waters will start with possession of the ball. And Edward Waters gets a 1-point gift for something being wrong with the books to start the game. Excuse me, jumper center will be number 35, Alexis Seiler. Tap is controlled by Florida Memorial. Gambles up top. Balls around at the Gamble. Foul. First foul of the game goes against Mia Light. And Gamble will be at the line for 2. You know, you've got to be able to keep a guard like her out of the lane as she misses the first free throw of the game. And see how quick Emma Waters gets the ball back up the court. And I'll be doggone if she does not get the offensive rebound. You've got to box out the shooter. Great block right there. Forces the turnover. Turnover goes to number 25, Marie Pickett. That block was by number 32, India Searles. Home run ball over to Elite. And a little bit too long as the goal was wide open, but she threw the ball a little bit too long. So obviously she did not play football coming up there. Gamble's a 5'4" junior from Miami, Florida. Over to number 1 Thompson, Lena Thompson. And she slips and falls, leaks on the break. Tries to thread the needle, and out of bounds is going to remain Edward Waters basketball. Can't go with the bounce pass right there. You've got to be able to throw it up let the big person catch the ball so that they don't have to put the ball down. Ball swung around to Thompson at the top of the key. Got a little bit of wheel action going on. Ransom with the jump shot, misses everything. Picked up by Glover, fouled inside. 2 shots. Fouls against number 1, Lena Thompson. She's a 5'7" freshman from Brunson, Florida, Brunson High School. LaQuaza Glover at the line. 5'9" junior from Reball High School right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Well, it looks like we've got a lid on the rim early in the game. Nobody's been able to hit free throws. We've had 4 free throws go up. Only 1 has gone down thus far in this game. Make that 1 for 5. Rebound by Alexis Seiler. Back a little bit backcourt pressure by Emma Waters, trying to slow down the momentum. Seiler with the rebound into Glover. Steal. As Ransom decides she wanted to make her way over here towards the table. Rebound cleaned up by Glover. Good backcourt, good pressure by the Emma Waters Tigers. Great block there by Searles. Pump fake, another block by Searles. It's a block party, and India Searles is leading the cause. Over to Glover. Into Ransom. Block. Rebound, number 25, Pickett. Subbing into the game for Florida Memorial. Replacing Pickett is going to be number 32, Ashley Gary. Neat over to Glover. Inside the Glover. Took long enough. Rim was decided to be kind. Once again, Emma Waters continues with that backcourt pressure. 3-point attempt. No good. Rebound by Gamble. Pump fake by Bailey. Dribble drive and the score. Got to be able to stay on the ground at that point in time. Glover over the lead. Clean block by Bailey. Out of bounds underneath to Emma Waters. Into the game for the first time is going to be Shaquanza Brown replacing LaQuaza Glover for the Lady Tigers. Browns takes command of the ship. Ball's turned over by Searles. Bucket good by Lena Thompson. Timeout called on the floor. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We're going to take a quick break right here on the BCSN.
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
That's another action here in the first quarter as far as scoring, though. 5-4 Emma Waters, 6:51 remain in the first quarter. Home run ball to Shaquaza Brown. As Edward Waters continues their backcourt pressure. Bailey. Over to Thomas. Back to Bailey. Over to Gamble. You gotta watch this girl. Offensive foul. Beautiful setup by the veteran, Brittany Thompson. That's what you call a senior play right there. And she knew that she was going to be looking to drive and kick, and she just stood there and took it to the chest, like the veteran that she is. And they're going to continue to throw this home run ball, this touchdown pass. Glover has the ball, but steps out of bounds as she tries to go baseline right there on that particular play. Inbound of the ball is Alexis Silver. No, left the back door wide open. Ashley Gary with the assist from Lena Thomas. Glover over to Ransom. Way to run the floor, big girl. Nothing but pressure in the backcourt. Gamble picks up the ball in the corner. Thomas misses the three. Glover with the rebound. She's running the lane. She has Brown on the side. They called the foul. They called the foul on Thomas. Glover will be at the line for two shots. We've got a couple of substitutions into the game for the first time for Edward Waters is number 35, Alex Silver. First shot by Glover. Somebody finally hits a free throw in regulation. Glover goes again, second free throw. Basket is good. Continue with the backcourt pressure. Looks like Edward Waters and players are doing this all day. Ball's picked up by Brown. No doubles. Brown, the veteran, pulls it out. Inside to Silver. 5'11" forward from Orlando, Florida. She'll be at the line for two shots. Returning to the game is Mia Light. As we have a two-shot foul. First shot up. Nobody seems to want to be able to hit free throws on this particular day. And once again, we've got a miss. Ball is picked up by Brown. Inside to Silver. Rebound by Glover. Glover's tenacious on the boards, but she's unable to get anything on that particular play. Great turnover. Oh, not turned over. And we've had a shot clock should have been reset on the turnover. Shot clock was not reset, so they're going to reset the shot clock now. Now Florida Memorial puts a little bit of backcourt pressure on the Lady Tigers. But Brown handles that with no problem. That's what you call a solid screen right there. Somebody needs to call and tell her the number of that truck that just hit her right there. Continued backcourt pressure by Edward Waters. Ball's out of bounds. It was number 3, Shanice King, who had the ball, but the ball was knocked out of bounds by number 10, Lexa Bell White. Gamble. Over to Tyrone. Rebound to Brown. Brown takes control of her team, slows the ball down. Oh, great pass. Hit it everywhere you're supposed to hit it. Not supposed to hit it in the hands, I guess. Foul by Brown. Danielle Bailey will be at the line for 2 shots. At the line for 2. Number 12, Danielle Bailey. She's 6 foot. They got her listed as a 6 foot freshman. Excuse me, she's a 5'6" senior from Chicago, Illinois. Nobody's able to hit free throws today. Continue backcourt pressure. Brown continues to handle the pressure. Up, dribbles high against Bailey. Over to lead. Free throw line extended. Siller over to Brown. 3-point attempt. Good. Shaquanza Brown. Steal by Bell White. Lee picks the ball, holds it, waits for a point guard. Brown comes take control of her team. Calls out the play. Over to Lee, free throw line extended. Ransom sets the high screen. Lee with the step through. And one. The hoop and the horn. Isis Lane. Bucket is good. Free throw is good. Once again, Emma Waters continues with the backcourt pressure. Almost had to steal, but I guess she was on the line when she touched the ball. Great head fake. 3-point attempt. No good. Picked up by Lee. Over to Brown. Got a little bit of weave action going on up top. Picked up by Brown. Great pass by the guard. Good. Alexis Seiler. He's got 5 points here in the first quarter off the bench for the Edward Waters Lady Tigers. Great pass by the big. Brown got caught, overcommitted on the help, had to come back and pick up the foul. At the line for 2, Examar Gonzalez. First free throw attempt is good. Let's watch Edward Waters get out here and make a miss run on their fast break. Second free throw is good. Subs in. Gamble returns to the game for the Lady Lions. No backcourt pressure. They're going to just drop back and play half-court defense. Edward Waters up 19-9 with just over 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Ball's in the ransom. Misses the gift right there. Out of bounds, ball's going to return back to Florida Memorial. And this Edward Waters team is right on pace, averaging 90 points a game, putting up 19 points with 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Almost a steal by Bell White right there. Lena Thomas will inbound the ball. Over to 35, Isis Lane. That's 22, Unique Tate. 15 on the shot clock. Great drive, great finish by Gamble. Brown comes down, once again leads her team. Taps ahead. Over to Lee in the corner. Can't give up the baseline right there. That's just like taking candy from a baby. Isis Lane handles the ball. Great look. Got to be able to finish that. Got to be able to finish that. Ismar Gonzalez picks up, gets the rebound, it is at the line. First free throw is up. Good. Got one remaining free throw as both teams will be in the bonus for the remainder of this first quarter. Second free throw attempt. No good. Rebound. Glover. Brown comes down. Calls for the high screen. Slips the screen. Pulls up. Takes it herself. Money. Over to Thomas. Steal by Leak. Great spin move. With the scoop. Over Isis Lane. That's 5'7" over 6'4" right there, ladies and gentlemen. And this Edward Waters team just will not stop. Unique Tate with that three-point attempt. Indian Sears calls back her guard. 10 seconds remain. Brown's going to hold it for the last shot. 7, 6, 5, 4. She decides to take it herself. Bad decision. I thought the ball was tipped, but it wasn't. 1.6 remain in the first quarter. My partner Brian Fulford will be joining me here as we start the second quarter here. Ball's at half court. Got to recognize how much time is left on the quarter. Speaking of time, we're going to take a timeout right here on the BCSN.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
This December 21st, the best in HBCU football will collide in Atlanta at the Celebration Bowl. MEAC versus SWAC. Champion versus champion. Only one team will rise above the rest and claim the coveted Celebration Bowl trophy. Come join the celebration at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this December. For more information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
The Creole seasoning is a sodium-free and sugar-free blend that's versatile enough to put on anything. One of the first blends I developed more than 8 years ago, the Creole seasoning has an unmistakable aroma, a bold flavor, and a little heat for character. Every time I open one of these bottles, I hear trumpets and big band music.
Q Time is a classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and sink your chops into our tantalizing, mouth-watering, distinctive soul food with a twist, the Q Time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking? Then come on down to Q Time.
We're back here, second quarter of action. Edward Waters up 25-12. As the referee was in my way, I did not see who scored that basket. Looks like I've got my partner here.
I didn't see it either, A. There's so much going on in this gymnasium right now. I'm still getting my bearings.
That is the great voice of our lead play-by-play man.
No, hey, you're the lead. You're doing the thing right now, man. I'm telling you, I got orange, purple, blue. My eyesight is all over the place right now.
Did you bring your shades?
Hey, I'm just thankful that I can see colors. That's all.
Oh, great
nice
block by Searles. Brown has the ball. Pull-up jump shot. Just off.
That's a lost art for him right there. The transition pull-up jump shot at the elbow. Most kids would have pulled up at the three-point line, and she shot within her range.
Ball's over to Leak. Inside to Glover. Glover, that's where she lives at, Brian. She likes to live in that paint. We've seen it from her for the last couple of years, Brian.
Well, that's one of those plays where you know your teammate, because she threw that lob, and I was wondering who she was throwing it to because I couldn't really see Glover there. Oh, nice transition finish.
As Lincoln Memorial gets a quick 30-second timeout, we're going to take a 15 right here on the BCSN from Jacksonville, Florida.
A gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs.
I've been waiting for days to come like this.
Well, Brian, I know you got caught in a little bit of traffic getting over here. So just kind of give you a recap of what we're looking at. You know, this Edward Waters team is averaging almost 90 points per game on the young season as they come in 4-0, giving up only 60 points per game on defense. This Florida Memorial Lions team is averaging 75 points and giving up 65 points on defense. And we see this Edward Waters defense with this full court pressure has really been affecting this Florida Memorial team. Question is, can they keep it up for a full 40 minutes, Brian?
Well, you know, the good thing, here's what I can tell you. When I see a team that's unable to sort of pass through the middle of a press, that tells me that's a team that either A, is not working on it enough, or B, their players don't buy into it. You know what I'm saying?
And I missed that, Brian. I had my head. I followed the ball. I made the cardinal mistake of actually following the play right there, Brian.
No. You're right.
But I think they called a backcourt foul on the pass. You know, we look at this young sophomore here, Shaquanza Brown. We saw a lot of growth from her last year, and she's even gotten even better over the summer from what we've been able to see. And that's just what you call a, lack of a better word, not smart foul. I don't want to use the word stupid foul, but I'll just say it was not an intelligent foul right there on that rebound.
Well, it was followed up. It was followed up by a not so intelligent quick shot. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. But then again, you know, if that's your range, and if the coaches say, hey, we want to get a shot off in the first 8 seconds of the shot clock, well, then I guess that was a good shot.
Well, it must not have been too bad because she's still in the game. And that's what she's in the game for, those sorts of plays like that, Brian.
You know, when you play this 2-2-1, it's very important. Most coaches do a great job of weak side dropping to the middle. And I tell you, number 22, she does a great job of dropping into the middle. I mean, as soon as the pass leaves, as soon as she becomes the weak side, she drops to the middle so fast.
Pickett, rebound by number 3, King.
That's hustle.
That's what you call hustle right
That's
there, because
hustle.
that was a backcourt if she doesn't touch it.
Good no call right there by the official.
That was Ashley Gary with the, that was India Searles with the putback attempt.
Has anybody clocked Miss Shaquanza Brown? I don't know what her speed is, but she runs like a cheetah.
I bet you coach could tell you if she run her sprints at full speed.
Hey, I'd put her in. I bet she runs a 4.2. Put it like that.
Shots off by Searles. Glover, once again, hanging around the boards. That's what she does.
That was a nice jump hook, just didn't go in for Searles.
Great backdoor cut, great steal right there by Searles. Point guard comes over to get it. Brown comes over to get it. Leads her team inside the Glover. Great strip right there. Stripped by number 0 Gamble, but looks like she was cut under by
25
Pickett. And we've got some substitutions coming in for both teams.
And you said, like you said, when Edward Waters is scoring, if they're scoring 90 points a game, you just saw a great example of what they do in transition. And when you have players that are running in transition, you get easy scoring opportunities like what was there for them on that play.
A great design on the inbounds pass, although they did not score off of it. This Anisha Gamble, she's averaging 11 points per game.
You can't throw cross court.
Once again, never go cross court.
Ooh. She caught her on the wrist on that one. She was maybe a half step slow of getting the block. But again, the speed of Brown. I mean, that was a pass that from one wing to the next. That ball usually gets to that offensive player. Most defenders don't make that steal. That just shows the speed. And she wasn't in help position, AD. She was really a step or two off her man or woman. And for her to be able to have the anticipation to jump out there and get that steal, that was impressive.
First free throw up and good. You know, Brian, you missed most of the first quarter.
I did.
But I think combined between the two teams, we went 2 for 10 on the first quarter at the free throw line, Brian. And we started the game off with the technical foul free throw.
Wow.
So, I'm glad teams have warmed up. They're hitting the free throws in the second quarter. But it was terrible here this first quarter, Brian. Once again, they continue with the backcourt pressure. You know, you got to go with the zigzag. I don't necessarily like going with the zigzag against the press. I like going to the middle, then get the ball to the weak side.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you. It's a little unorthodox, or a little different from what I'm used to seeing. But if they can manage to get the ball up court more consistently like that, then I guess it good for them.
I just don't like the passes are too long, Brian.
Oh man,
you have too much of an opportunity to get the steal. Mia Leak with the dribble drive right there, Brian. And that's her game. She's not the best shooter, but she can take that ball to the basket good.
Yeah, she has outstanding ball handling skills.
Shanice King right there on that dribble drive, Brian. And here's Lee once again. And this young sophomore, she just done a great job controlling her team. You know, you would think she's a senior the way she controls that team, Brian. And she hits the shot when she needs to. She doesn't look to score, but she can score.
Hey, it's not like Florida Memorial is not contesting shots. I mean, they're actually doing a great job of contesting shots. Edward Waters is just making them.
Yeah, that's Glover right there. That is her second personal foul.
Yeah, she got caught being a little greedy. She's gonna let that sometimes players have to realize when they're in a bad position, and sometimes you have to let some plays go, especially when you're behind the ball.
Checking back into the game is number 23, Brittany Thompson, for the first time in this quarter. And Brittany Thompson is actually the starting point guard for this team, but she yields to Brown a lot of times when they're in the game together. Three-point attempt by Belle White, no good. Bea Knight picks up a backcourt foul. That's an unnecessary backcourt foul right there, Brian. Now you're at the spot where you set the team up to get the bonus. You don't want to let this Florida Memorial team get into the bonus, because being down 23 points in the second quarter, that's an easy way to get back into the game without a lot of time coming off the clock.
Yeah, those cross-court passes, man, those are so dangerous.
And Edward Waters has picked off their fair share of those passes.
Oh, yeah.
Great help defense right there by Brown. And then she recovers and gets back to her own man.
You know, you can always look. That was a situation. If you're strong with your left-hand dribble, you could have gone left-hand drive.
Belle White on the shot, cleaned up by number 20, Latera Ransom.
And I'm talking about Christian Williams, number 35 for Florida Memorial. If she felt confident. My mistake. 35. Isis Lane. Thank you. looking at the men's. Apologies to Miss Lane on that one.
Great drive by Ransom, but she's got to be able to finish that. You know, when I play point guard, I would hate when somebody messed up my assist like that, Brian. Great block by Lee.
Got a second one.
Checking the third
There's
one.
a third
That's
block.
That's a fourth block. Well, the guards are starting the block party off right here. Now they're going to get off to the races. Over to Belle White.
Oh, you got to love the transition threes. They're great when they go in, but when they don't go in, it's a missed opportunity, missed scoring opportunity.
I mean, sometimes you just got to do it the old-fashioned way. Just take it to the bucket, Brian. Brittany Howard on the turnaround jump shot. Here we go, off to the races.
Fatigue is setting in for Florida Memorial right now. Yep, good timeout by the coach.
And speaking of timeouts, Brian, how about you and I take one from Jacksonville, Florida, right here on the BCSN.
Better than ever before, and now I know there's more.
Wherever you've been, whatever you've been through, we have a warm welcome waiting for you at more than 325 hotels around the world. Book today at DoubleTree.com. DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
We're back here in Jacksonville, Florida. Duke Bowl. Edward Waters Lady Tigers, Florida Memorial Lady Lions. 3 minutes remain in the second quarter, and Brian, I wonder what they give out if the whole team gets 100. Do they give out tacos or fish sandwiches? You know, Popeyes is next door. Do they give out one of those Popeyes chicken sandwiches?
Well, I can tell you, no, they're not giving out any free chicken sandwiches. That's not happening.
Oh man, we got to get something for them.
Maybe $1 off coupon for a chicken sandwich.
I'll take
you
it.
Get it $1, 100 pennies. Maybe that's what you'll get.
Well, you know, Popeyes tends to be out of chicken sandwiches all the time. So
yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah. 41-14. 2:53 remain in the second quarter. Brittany Thompson jumps and tries to harass. And if Ransom turns around, she has to steal right there. Great drive by Isis Lane right there.
Now, see, there's a big difference. You saw her going right and how strong and confident she was going to her right. Take that maybe a minute ago when she had the ball at the left elbow and she could have drove left, but instead she didn't show the confidence, not like that. So if I'm Edward Waters, every time she gets the ball, I'm playing her to her left.
Deep, 6 seconds, 5 on the shot clock. So what, Brian? I'm just going to let it run down, and I'm going to knock down the 3.
Hey, that was a good contest right there. She got to look up the sideline. Now, see, on that sideline, now, see, there's a man right there. Nice shot.
Rebound by Thompson. Brown's in the right lane. Back to Bell White. 3-point attempt. That's what you call transition basketball right there, Brian.
Well, you know, transition defense is so big, and there's another steal opportunity, deflection.
Neek said, I'm going to take it myself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They are feeling it, Brian.
That was a heat check right there. That was a heat check.
Somebody
There's another one.
There's another steal. You know, the only thing I would say about that is you got to use the backboard on that, Brian. She went with the finger roll. Yena Thompson. Over to Brown. Look at the point guard.
Oh, she stuttered step.
A little bit too much. Point guard trying to do the right thing, trying to get the dive.
I'll tell you what, AD, at the pace that Florida Memorial is being pushed, they need to have subs coming in every minute. Because I'm watching some girls right now, they just don't have the energy and the strength right now to get back in transition defense.
Isaac Kelly into the game. 5'7" freshman, Boulder Beach, South Carolina.
Woo, nice shot.
Isis Lane, you know, for a 6'4" to be able to step out and hit that, Brian, that's got to be big. We're under 1 minute to go in the second quarter. 52-19. Edward Waters Lady Tigers lead. They're running a little bit of wheel action up top, Brian. Brown gets into the lane, dishes it off. You know, Edward Waters really should have about 65 points. They've missed a lot of gimmies in this game, Brian.
You can't throw.
Great steal by Thompson. Hey! My bad, y'all. Everything was heading towards us over here at the table.
You can't throw cross-court passes. That has to be rule number 1 going up on the whiteboard by Coach Stanback for Florida Memorial. No more cross-court passes.
Cut the court in half.
Short and quick, attack the middle with the passes.
High screen roll, but Ransom over to Brown, over to Ransom. Florida Memorial can run the clock out here.
She needs some help. Somebody's got to come help her.
Oh, Gamble. Over the lane.
There she is, going to her right. That's what she does best. I told her every time. Now see, that's
5 seconds remain. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Bell White.
Oh, nice
block.
block.
And your halftime score. Edward Waters 52. Florida Memorial 21. And we'll be back in a few moments.
Needs a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious and healthy tea blends to the community. Vitamins and antioxidants, we work with exotic spices and fruits, scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
This December 21st, the best in HBCU football will collide in Atlanta at the Celebration. MEAC versus SWAC. Champion versus champion. Only one team will rise above the rest and claim the coveted Celebration Bowl trophy. Come join the celebration at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this December. For more information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
The Creole seasoning is a sodium-free and sugar-free blend that's versatile enough to put on anything. One of the first blends I developed more than 8 years ago, the Creole seasoning has an unmistakable aroma, a bold flavor, and a little heat for character. Every time I open one of these bottles, I hear trumpets and big band music.
Q Time is a classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and sink your chops into our tantalizing, mouth-watering, distinctive soul food with a twist, the Q Time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking? Then come on down to Q Time, an Urban Passport member.
A gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now I know there's more.
Wherever you've been, whatever you've been through, we have a warm welcome waiting for you at more than 325 hotels around the world. Book today at DoubleTree.com. DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
This December 21st, the best in HBCU football will collide in Atlanta at the Celebration Bowl. MEAC versus SWAC. Champion versus champion. Only one team will rise above the rest and claim the coveted Celebration Bowl trophy. Come join the celebration at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this December. For more information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
The real reason why I went after Comcast and Charter, it didn't have anything to do with my cable networks. It didn't. What happened was a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs, and Comcast did not accept it, and that would have made a lot of money for these black colleges. Absolutely. And it would have educated the Black College Sports Network. This is what he wanted to do. That would have educated a lot of black kids. And when they didn't do that, that's when I came off the bench and said, okay, I'm gonna light you up like a Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. Okay, that was the real reason why I got into it, was when I saw what happened with the Black College Sports Network, which I don't know. I just knew that these black, right? I knew that these black colleges were going to benefit, and these black kids were going to get the education that they deserved and not have to pay.
The Creole seasoning is a sodium-free and sugar-free blend that's versatile enough to put on anything. One of the first blends I developed more than 8 years ago, the Creole seasoning has an unmistakable aroma, a bold flavor, and a little heat for character. Every time I open one of these bottles, I hear trumpets and big band music.
Q Time is a classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and sink your chops into our tantalizing, mouth-watering, distinctive soul food with a twist, the Q Time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking? Then come on down to Q Time, an Urban Passport member.
A gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now I know there's more.
Wherever you've been, whatever you've been through, we have a warm welcome waiting for you at more than 325 hotels around the world. Book today at DoubleTree.com. DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loot machine.
This December 21st, the best in HBCU football will collide in Atlanta at the Celebration Bowl. MEAC versus SWAC. Champion versus champion. Only one team will rise above the rest and claim the coveted Celebration Bowl trophy. Come join the celebration at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this December. For more information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
The real reason why I went after Comcast and Charter, it didn't have anything to do with my cable networks. It didn't. What happened was a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs, and Comcast did not accept it, and that would have made a lot of money for these black colleges. Absolutely. And it would have educated the Black College Sports Network. This is what he wanted to do. That would have educated a lot of black kids. And when they didn't do that, that's when I came off the bench and said, okay, I'm gonna light you up like a Christmas tree. Okay, that was the real reason why I got into it, was when I saw what happened with the Black College Sports Network, which I don't know. I just knew that these black, all right, I knew that these black colleges were going to benefit, and these black kids were going to get the education that they deserved and not have to pay.
The Creole seasoning is a sodium-free and sugar-free blend that's versatile enough to put on anything. One of the first blends I developed more than 8 years ago, the Creole seasoning has an unmistakable aroma, a bold flavor, and a little heat for character. Every time I open one of these bottles, I hear trumpets and big band music.
Q Time is a classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and sink your chops into our tantalizing, mouth-watering, distinctive soul food with a twist, the Q Time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking? Then come on down to Q Time, an Urban Passport member.
a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now I know there's more.
Wherever you've been, whatever you've been through, we have a warm welcome waiting for you at more than 325 hotels around the world. Book today at DoubleTree.com. DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
It's like a loop machine. Going around town, trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
This December 21st, the best in HBCU football will collide in Atlanta at the Celebration Bowl. MEAC versus SWAC. Champion versus champion. Only one team will rise above the rest and claim the coveted Celebration Bowl trophy. Come join the celebration at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this December. For more information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
And first thing,
I number of Florida Memorial has turned the ball over 19 times in this first half. 19. Edward Waters forced 15 steals.
and those are live ball turnovers.
Right. So I mean, basically, what that's telling you is it's not that Florida Memorial is having a lot of unforced turnovers. Those are legitimate forced turnovers by Edward Waters. You know what I'm saying? And then the second thing I went and looked at is the number of assists to field goals. Edward Waters is doing a great job of passing the ball to one another. 14 assists in the first half with 21 made field goals. That's pretty impressive.
One other thing that I look at, and I brought up the three-point stat, Brian. Florida Memorial, they're shooting 9% three-point, 1 of 11, and they're only shooting 28% from the field total. So
yeah, they might want to get off that three-point line right now.
Not only are you turning the ball over, but you're not shooting the ball well to top it off.
No,
Brian.
not at all, not at all.
All right, both starting lineups are back out here to start the second half of this game, Brian. Once again, you let this girl go right. Isis Lane goes right better than anybody. Force her left. Glover on the rebound. Glover, that is rebound number 7 for her, Brian, as she's quietly working on a double-double here tonight, Brian.
I think it'll be interesting to see, does Edward Waters still come out with the same kind of offensive intensity?
India Searles pass her own rebound and stats. Misses the first time, gets her own rebound and puts it back up, Brian. Three-point attempt by Bailey, no good.
And another bad part about
rebound number 8 for Glover.
When you shoot threes and miss threes, you get long rebounds, which really means the other team is going the other way quickly.
Ooh, questionable call right there, Brian.
Got her with a little body.
Got her with a little body. You know, probably a good job of selling it also by Bailey right there, Brian.
And when you're up by 23, you know, there's not much room in officials' eyes, I'm sure.
Yeah, we may let you get beat on the court, but we're not going to let you get beat up, too. First free throw is up and good. You know, Florida Memorial, the shot 4 for 8 in the first half on the free throw line, Brian, and you've got to get more than 8 attempts if you're going to get back into this ball game.
8 free throw attempts and 8 field goal attempts, huh?
Wow.
That's a tough first half.
8 field goals made. You're correct, Brian. Well, we started off 2 for 2 in the second half, Brian. That's a much better start than we had to start the game.
Be interesting to see Florida Memorial if they can put a little full court pressure on EWC. I'm not quite sure if that's the best game plan, but they're going to give it a try. Anything that's going to maybe force a turnover or two and get them back in the ball game is definitely worth trying.
You know, teams that press do not like to be pressed, Brian.
Which I find is an odd strategy because I would imagine you work on that in practice. I want to be pressed because I have a press break. You know what I'm saying? If we press you, I bet you what, guess what? We're working on our press break at the same time that we're getting pressed. So
there's a dead ball turnover for a change, Brian, instead of a live ball turnover. As the ball bounced off of number 12, Danielle Bailey.
Oh, that's unacceptable. That should never happen. That's just somebody not being aware of where every player on the court is.
Yes, she did. She did the wobble before she did the wiggle. Now, this is just a basic man-to-man pressure. Try to get Emma Watts to take some time off of the shot clock and not let them get into the rhythm. Searles. You leave me wide open for 15 feet. I can still hit that with the also, Brian.
You know, somebody's got to guard her. Sideline, now look middle. Nope, nobody in the middle to come help.
Pass it back.
Turnover every time. Oh, nice pass. Yeah, so if the coaching staff of Florida Memorial drew up a plan at halftime, already the players.
Great block there by 24 Tyrone. That's Anjanelle Tyrone. And Brian, there's a new rule in women's college basketball this year. I don't know if you're aware of it. We're going to bring in the subs before the first free throw and after the final free throw, not between free throws 1 and 2, as we have grown accustomed for so many years. What do you think about that?
Now, is that in all free throw situations?
All free throw situations in women's college basketball, Brian.
So in the past, it used to be that situation would only occur on 1-and-1s.
Oh, yes.
So now, even when they're shooting 2.
No, but you don't sub between free throw 1 and free throw 2 anymore.
You know what? That's a good move because it is sort of distracting. It's a strategy I, as a coach, would use when someone's shooting 2 because it takes the free throw shooter out of a rhythm.
Yeah. And part of it is to speed up time also because you've got the referee over there reporting the foul. While he's at the table, might as well get the subs in. Great look by Glover. Searles.
Well, number one, Yelena Thomas for Florida Memorial, she had her back turned to the play and could never see the ball. Rule number one, defenders always see the ball.
That's unique Tate right there. Thomas.
Lost control. She never had control of it and couldn't get that ball to her teammate who was open.
Massive changes. Gamble's taking the ball out for Florida Memorial. Give it to her. She's open. Now you missed her.
Nice finish inside. Little pressure on the ball there.
That was number 32, Ashley Gary. Brittany Thompson handles the ball for the EWC Tigers. High screen, gets able to dribble down the middle. Does everything but make the shot right there, Brian. There Bailey comes out.
Got numbers, missed her. Nice finish. I thought she had missed her there.
Nice pass from Lane to Gary.
You know, she dribbled that ball, AD, and I was pretty sure she had missed her. Oh, got the foul from behind. You know, AD, that's another thing that you watch young players do. When that ball was in the corner being held by Lane, if her first instinct was to just hold the ball in triple threat instead of putting the ball on the floor, she hits her teammate in a better position. I mean, her teammate still scored the bucket, but she doesn't have to make such an acrobatic move to score.
And now, let's get this straight. Lane was open and Lane had the shot, but she passed it to her teammate with a better shot.
Right. But my point was my point was just the timing of the play, though.
Yes.
I mean, you know, she took a dribble and didn't need to take a dribble. She'd have just held the ball and passed it on first instinct. That, you know, makes an easier play.
Looks like free throw shooting in the second half is better than the first half, Brian. Ransom knocks down the first one. Oh, I just jinxed us, Brian.
Oh, okay. Got close to that's an unnecessary foul there by 22.
Yeah, that's Shaquana Brown. Shaquanza Brown. Miss Brown, you got to know that you're 5'2" and that she's 6'4". Great pass. You know, I've been very impressed by this Isis Lane. You know, she's coming in averaging 15 points, 7.3 rebounds.
She's pretty good going to her right.
Yeah. You know, she's only averaging 1 assist, but she can pass the ball pretty doggone good, Brian. But just as good as she can pass it, that girl can score it right there, Brian.
Hey, give some credit to the passer on that one. That was a great pass.
And she's put up 20 thus far with 5:26 remaining in the third quarter, Brian. And you missed it in the first half. They hit in Florida Memorial 3 consecutive times with that home run pass on their press break, Brian. So Florida Memorial did not make the adjustment, it seems like.
Good defense by Edward Waters, making the commitment to not let the ball into the lane, and as soon as I say that, they give up a drive.
Steal by Bailey. Woo!
Whoa.
I don't care if that's an offensive foul or a charge. You still felt that no matter what. They called the block. And you can't even blame your teammates because that same young lady ran into a pick in the first quarter and ran into Siler on a pick. That was her fault that time.
Yeah, well, you know, and the unfortunate part about that is number 35, Alexis Seiler. I mean, she held her ground. I mean, she didn't move. You shouldn't be penalized because the other person runs into you and falls over.
I think she stuck a little bit of a hip out.
That's a charge.
Now that's a charge right there.
Oh, that's a bad no call. Bad no call.
And I think the referee got caught ball watching instead of staying with the secondary defender.
Oh, that's a nice pass up court. Good follow.
And only Brown would have been able to catch up with that ball to get it on the glass so that Ransom could follow. Because that pass was thrown away, Brian. That's backcourt. And they got it.
They do such a great job. Edward Waters, they do a great job of passing. And I mean, you have to, again, to have the level of success that they have. You said they're averaging 90 points a game. That happens in transition with great passing.
And we're going to take a timeout right here. We've got a full timeout. 68-27.
Reason why I went after Comcast and Charter. It didn't have anything to do with my cable networks. It didn't. What happened was a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs, and Comcast did not accept it. And that would have made a lot of money for these black colleges. Absolutely. And it would have educated the Black College Sports Network. This is what he wanted to do. That would have educated a lot of black kids. And when they didn't do that, that's when I came off the bench and said, okay, I'm gonna light you up like a Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. Okay, that was the real reason why I got into it, was when I saw what happened with the Black College Sports Network, which I don't know. I just knew that these black, like that, all right? I knew that these black colleges.
68-27. 4 minutes, 14 seconds remain here in the third quarter. And Brian, you're down 41 points. What do you say to the coach during that timeout? What is that, as a coach, what do you say to your players during that timeout?
Again, I'm still looking for consistency. I never stop preaching about consistency. Right now, let's improve. I mean, we only scored, and I'm speaking as if I'm Florida Memorial's coach, we scored 9 points in the second quarter. We've scored 6 right now in the third quarter. Let's see, can we double it up? Let's get to 12, 13 points. We're just looking for consistent play on both ends of the floor and limit the turnovers.
Now your coach Charmaine Wilson over there, what are you telling your crew? You're up 41.
Well, I have a feeling, and a lot of this is the second unit now. These are the second unit ladies. So she's going to be hard on them just as she was with the starters.
Answer for 3.
And she wants to see the same type of pressure, intensity, communication, and great passing on offense that she got from the first unit, from this second unit, because that's how you build a truly strong team. Your second team has to be, if not as good, but sometimes a little bit hungrier than your starters. A team is only as good as its weakest link. So don't be the weak link. Don't be the last player.
Ransom. Rebound, Bell White. No.
A lot of reaching instead of just getting down on the floor after the ball.
Got to get on the floor. And way to hustle by Florida Memorial, even though you're down 41. 3 ball. No good. Bailey with the rebound. Runs into that brick wall again.
Well, and see,
she has to keep her hands vertical. She dropped her hand.
If I'm Coach Wilson right now, what I've seen a lack of players boxing out. A lot of people standing around watching. And that'll happen sometimes when you're up 41. And so she's either going to start bringing in back her starters because she doesn't like the effort that she's seen, or eventually she's going to get in some people's rear coming up at the next timeout, I'm sure.
First free throw is no good. And that noise that you hear, the thunder sticks that they gave out to start this game, Brian.
Good pressure defense up top.
That's Gamble. Oh, we got a couple bodies on the floor. Nothing dirty, nothing malicious. Just some good, hard basketball right there, Brian.
Well, I'll tell you, one thing Florida Memorial will be doing the next time they're in the gym, and hey, it may be tomorrow, is to get out the shooting gun and get some shots up from beyond the three-point arc.
There's another home run ball. First time it's been incomplete, Brian. And then we compound that with the foul. That's Lachey Henry.
And see, that's an unforced turnover, and you've got to start asking yourself, why are we throwing that pass?
Henry is a freshman from Daytona Beach, Florida. You know, Coach Charmaine Wilson has brought in 4 new players this year, 2 JUCO transfers and 2 freshmen, Brian. So this is a good game for them to try to get that chemistry and get used to the system of Coach Wilson. Free throw is up and good. Ransom looks on the inbound. Thompson's going to take it herself, coming up the left sideline over to Bell White.
Maybe a little bounce pass there. That's a textbook 2-on-1 break. Instead of trying to pass over the top, pull that defender in and make a nice bounce pass.
And that was Asia Kelly that she was trying to pass the ball to, and we've got a foul. Looks like she can fight through the screen.
Well, she was trying to get through number 35, Alexis Seiler, and that's not going to happen.
Not too easy.
Now, Seiler has to be careful because she did a little leaning on that one.
Got Bell White pinned in the corner. She gets out of it. Over to Seiler. Ransom back up top to Thompson. Over to the freshman, Asia Kelly. 5'7", Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Trying to find her way and trying to find a role to get some extra minutes on this team. Bailey's got to be able to hit that shot right there. Way to clean it up by number 32, Ashley Gary.
I was watching Kelly, the freshman. She got caught standing around in the middle of the lane and not checking up on a blue jersey. Now, I'm sure that's something that's going to come out in the film as the coaches show that to her and say, hey, look, you're standing around in the middle of the lane instead of finding a body to box out on. Not acceptable.
And my bad, that was Ishmael Gomez on the cleanup back there on the previous play. Drive by Thompson.
Nice job by Seiler to get in there and get that rebound, and now it looks like she'll get to the free throw line.
Great block there by King, but she was unable to secure it, as Seiler was able to get that rebound there, Brian.
Now, one thing, AD, I noticed on that drive by number 23, Brittany Thompson, she drove left, but then she put up the shot with her right.
Which is what allowed Shanice King to get the block. If she puts it up with her left,
she scores the bucket. She scores the bucket.
Yeah, she's probably at the line shooting too.
Well, yeah, but she would at least scored the bucket, I think, because she had her defender beat.
And it's called what fundamentals? Fundamentals. And they're not fun as you're learning them, Brian. Free throw rolls continue for both of these teams, Brian. And that's very unacceptable. You know.
Well, that's somebody that's now. Thompson is she's the deepest person. And for some reason, she never checked up and did a head count. And really nobody from the bench made her aware that, hey, there's somebody back there. Now, again, there's a lot of colors going in here. So dark blue with what Florida Memorial was wearing. She could have easily have faded into the background, and you may have never seen her. I lost her. I sure as heck didn't see her.
I think what that is, I think Thompson is supposed to be up on the press, but she wound up being the back man on the free throw, and she was probably trying to sneak up to get to her position on the press instead of being back when she was
well then
worried about.
See, I always like to say, if Seiler is the one who's deep back on the press and she's at the line, somebody has to fill her spot until
she gets there.
She gets back.
Right, and you never want that to be the guard who's supposed to be on your front line.
Well, yeah, so I mean, you got to go with the next forward, the next line of defense, which is probably a forward.
Bell White with the rebound. Got a collision over in the corner. And it looks like Bell White stepped out of bounds. You know, we talked about this during the tournament, Brian, and here's another example. There's some kid around here who deserves a hot dog. Let that kid get out there and clean their floor after those bodies are on the floor, instead of having the referees get the towel and clean the floor, Brian.
You're speaking as someone who's a referee of games, who he himself has to sometimes clean that spot up. Is that where that's coming from?
I just want to see kids get more action in the game.
Okay, AD for the kids, right?
Gonzalez with the cleanup. That's 2 blocks right there on that play by Cyril.
Look at that, wide open.
Wide open. You call that snowbird or you call that cherry picking?
Well, I call that bad transition defense because honestly, on the first shot attempt, she started getting back, which is what she's supposed to do.
The block over there by Ransom.
See, Edward Waters always has at least a player
leaking out.
And, you know, Florida Memorial has to recognize that. Somebody on that bench, the coaches or even the teammates, somebody has to make somebody aware of that.
Thompson.
That's a little that got to stay on your feet. Not a fan of these cross-court long passes being thrown.
I'm not a fan of that jump shot Thompson took either, Brian. Finally, Florida Memorial hits a jump shot. That's only their second three-pointer of the day, I do believe, Brian. And that was Shanice King on that one, Brian. And that's the end of the third quarter. Your score, 72-34, Edward Waters. And we'll be back after this brief message.
The real reason why I went after Comcast and Charter, it didn't have anything to do with my cable networks. It didn't. What happened was a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs, and Comcast did not accept it. And that would have made a lot of money for these black colleges. Absolutely. And it would have educated the Black College Sports Network. This is what he wanted to do. That would have educated a lot of black kids. And when they didn't do that, that's when I came off the bench and said, okay, I'm gonna light you up like a Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. Okay, that was the real reason why I got into it, was when I saw what happened with the Black College Sports Network, which I don't know. I just knew that these black, all right, I knew that these black colleges were gonna benefit, and these black kids were going to get the education that they deserved and not have to pay.
The Creole seasoning is a sodium-free and sugar-free blend that's versatile enough to put on anything. One of the first blends I developed more than 8 years ago, the Creole seasoning has an unmistakable aroma, a bold flavor, and a little heat for character. Every time I open one of these bottles, I hear trumpets and big band music.
Q Time is our classic Atlanta song.
72-34, Brian, to start this fourth quarter. Brian, we've really only got 2 questions we've got to answer this one. Number 1 is, will Edward Waters get to 100? Number 2, how much longer will the starters play? Your opinion, Brian.
I'm going to say no to the first one. We will not see 100. Probably get to about 95, 94. And I would think the starters, is this mostly the starters here? I think they'll probably get about 3 minutes
You've got 45 starters, but
yeah, I think
Shaquanza Brown plays starters minutes coming off the bench.
Yeah, I think they'll probably get maybe about 3 minutes of run here, and then we'll probably see the bench the rest of the way.
Great steal. Way to open up the fourth quarter. As 32, Ashley Gary gets on the floor. That's King. For the Memorial ball bounced off of Searles. And I don't know why she didn't give it to her in the post, Brian. She was wide open.
Oh, that's too easy.
4 seconds remain on the shot clock, Brian. Got to have a quick hitter right here, Brian. What do you go with, Coach?
You got to drop your best, go up with your best inbound play right now. Should be no more than 2 passes before a shot goes up.
Great shot clock awareness. That's just getting out hustled right there. Smart play by Ransom to pull it out. Give it to your floor general. Let her lead the way.
Yeah, I don't know if I think she looked like she slipped more so than anything as she went up. I don't think the body on the block is what caught her there. And it also looked like she kind of fell on her back.
I guarantee you she's going to be done for the day after this play. They'll see if she can hit those free throws. They're checking for a concussion right now, it appears. As the trainer has her over there, you know, we're going through what's your name, what's today,
Well,
what's your birthday, you know, all that basic stuff to make sure that she doesn't have concussion, because that's the number one concern right now is
I don't. But again, I don't think she hit her head. She didn't hit her head. She hit it's either her arms or the back, or her back is what, you know, hit the ground.
Right.
Thankfully, she didn't hit her back or hit her head, I should say.
And Brittany Thompson, the starting point guard, comes in and replaces her and knocks down a free throw. You know, Brian, I know this is a trick that you used to do if you knew that wasn't a good free throw shooter. You tell them to stay on the ground so you get that good free throw shooter in the game and shoot free throws for them. Ain't that right, brother?
Well, look, as the coach, all you got to do is go out there and check on your player, and then that way you got an instant sub.
But in this case, both of them were good. Both of them were 75, 76% free throw shooters. You know, I'm amazed, Brian. That's our first tie-up of the game right here, and we're 8 minutes, 31 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Usually takes either two teams of equal spirit or two teams that are too loose and carefree with the ball. We don't have that case here. This has clearly been a one-sided affair with one team out-hustling the other in most plays.
That's Bailey on the jump shot.
Oh, that's a nice rebound.
Clean up by Gonzalez. It's Gonzalez and Cyril battling for it. And just like that, Brian, we have our second jump ball of the day.
See, you spoke it into existence,
I
AD.
spoke it into existence.
And then there's number 2.
That's a trial. That's a violation.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think she can move right there.
Yeah, you can't move.
Not on a dead ball.
Checking back into the game is Arnisha Gamble. You know, Gamble is the second leading scorer on this Florida Memorial team, Brian. She only has 2 points today.
Now, do you think that's a product of who's been guarding her, or maybe?
Great drive, excuse me not to cut you off, great drive there by Gonzalez on the dish by Gamble. Go ahead with your comment, Brian.
Well, I was saying, do you think that's a product of who has been guarding her or what she's had to do on the defensive end to sort of stay in this ball game or keep her team in this ball game?
I think it's a result of the pressure. The ball's been forced out of her hand because of the turnovers and the pressure that this Edward Waters team has been putting on them. And being a ball handler, you've got to get the ball up, and so she's not getting the ball back in scoring position. Thompson has got to be able to finish that little teardrop right there, Brian.
Yeah, she went with a floater instead of a shot. She made a nice move. It should have been a pull-up jump shot. Instead, she went with a pull-up floater.
Looks like we got away with a travel right there. Number 32, Gary, decided to pull this for the three. Great rebound there. The lid is on the basket. Oh, we got bodies. Brown returns to the game, replacing Thompson.
And that's the third one we've had, AD, so
I guess we're going to catch up in the fourth quarter.
Exactly. It looks that way, right? I'm amazed that Edward Waters has allowed Lane, Florida Memorial, to go right so many times.
I guarantee you when they get the film and they return to Miami Gardens, Florida for the rematch, they will not let her go right.
Well, yeah, because – but, you know, it's little details like that in a game – I always wonder whether coaches or whoever is on the bench, if they see those little things. Obviously, your head coach may not see everything. You know, Coach Wilson may not have seen that, but that's where I feel like your assistant coaches come into play. You know, what little details do they see during the game? And obviously, Lane is their most dynamic player. So my attention would have to be focused in on her all the time.
Yes. We're going to stay right here doing this 30-second timeout, Brian. Florida Memorial has only scored 2 points. No, excuse me. Edward Waters has only scored 2 points thus far in this fourth quarter.
Well,
are you just trying to work through some sets right now? Or you try to keep the intensity going, Brian, and just try to put your foot on their throat?
Well, you're up 33. Look, what I say, 3-minute mark. I guarantee here in the next minute, you know, coach probably told them, the starters, you got about another minute before I'm gonna pull you off the floor for this game. The good thing, thankfully, we have a shot clock, so it's not like you're going to be able to run a delay. You got to actually run a play and try to score.
I think that's the most she's used her left hand all day, Brian.
That one dribble?
She got 2 in a row.
Oh, did she really? She looked woo, nice block.
That was India Searles with the block. As the DJ plays hail to the no in response to that block right there, Brian. And on the maestro over there is none other than the SID, Mr. Joshua Jackson, the voice of Edward Waters football, and you will be able to hear him along with my partner Brian Fulford tomorrow as they take on the Savannah State Tigers beginning at 3 p.m., Brian.
Josh does it all, doesn't he?
Josh is just a jack of all trades. I wonder what he's a master of, though, Brian. You know, they say jack of all trades, master of none, but I'm not going to take that away from Josh right there. Ashley Gary for 3.
I was gonna say something, but I don't. I'm not. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna catch myself.
Because I know so at some point in time, Josh is gonna go back and listen to this broadcast right here.
Right, exactly.
Hey, speaking of football, Brian, you know, Florida Memorial is bringing back their football program next year.
Yeah.
And you know, how important do you think that is for this Florida Memorial team, Brian?
Well, given the fact that they are a program that once had football, and they're located
talking about 3 generations ago, though, Brian.
Well, but there are still graduates who still remember, and so you know they may be older, they may be in their 60s, but they still remember football. And then secondly, South Florida they're just players all over the place. So if you can provide an opportunity for young players who, and trust me, another thing is you got a lot of guys who may leave, and they realize that going to far off lands, because you know everybody recruits South Florida, everybody recruits Florida, they go off and they'll realize after a year or two, this cold weather or wherever I'm at is not for me. I got an opportunity to come back and play around or play near my friends and family. They'll take that. So I imagine there'll be a program full of maybe upper class, second, third year graduate transfers in their early years. I'm sure they will.
Yeah, and also you've got the Fighting Lane Kiffins, as I call them, down in that neck of the woods, along with the youth. So maybe they'll get a cast off or two from those schools also.
Very likely, you know, somebody who maybe is not cutting the mustard, so to speak, in school maybe or otherwise.
Into the game now for Edward Waters is Alexis Seiler. We got the referee coming over.
Yeah, I thought this process was supposed to be quicker. It looks slower for some reason.
We've got something going on where they had to check something. So, Brian, while we're sitting up here with a little bit of dead air, give us a little bit of preview of tomorrow's football game. What are you expecting to see between Savannah State and Edward Waters?
Well, it's been a great season for Savannah State. Their first winning season since 1998. They are as I dub them, the Georgia HBC, the mythical Georgia HBCU football state champions, as they have beaten every school in the state of Georgia, HBCU Division II school, and they've won every game played in the state of Georgia. So that might be the one thing working in their favor, for Edward Waters' favor, is that they actually are forcing Savannah State, they're getting them on the road. But no, I'm interested to see how Edward Waters deals with the shotgun triple option that Savannah State runs. I mean, just last week they had 2 players rush for over 145 and 148 yards. 2 players. I mean, they have put up some outstanding numbers this year. They don't pass a lot, but the pass is really a product of the run. So it'll really be interesting to see defensively how how Edward Waters deals with the running game.
And for Coach Sean Quinn, you've got a feel for him. They probably weren't expected to do what they did this year. You hope that you do, but you probably weren't realistically expected it. And now you don't have a chance to play for the Eastern Championship.
I disagree with you on that. Remember, I talked to him during Media Day in July. He knew what he was bringing. He knew that the triple option was going to be different. He knew it was going to be something that the conference doesn't have. I actually felt like Savannah State was going to be a dark horse team, and the fact that they were picked last, really, that was more so probably a product of people not really knowing what they were going to see. And, I think when you play against an offense that you've never seen on any kind of consistent level, and all they have to do is execute, and that was the big thing. Would the players be able to execute? And I think real early in the season, those first couple weeks, they realized that, oh, yeah, we got something. And then they just carried that on into the year. And the crazy part is, AD, they lost a couple of games that really they gave away. I mean, they have 3 losses. They were really only beaten in one of those games, and that was to Alcorn. They sort of gave away or gave back the other 2 games.
I disagree with that foul call right there. I thought that the girl just lost her footing, and that should have been called a travel. 78-43, 4 minutes, 12 seconds remain in the ball game. Edward Waters is up 35 points at this point in time. Well, Brian, does not look like we're going to get to that century mark that we were talking about.
Hey, anything's possible, AD. We're only 12 points away.
22, Brian. 12 from the average, 22 from the century.
No, we said the 90, right? They got 78. That's 12 points.
I said the century.
I said 90.
Yeah, you're 12 from yours.
No.
We're 22 from mine.
Well, I told you yours wasn't happening. I told you we wouldn't get to 100. Dive. Oh, man, I was waiting on a dive. Look at that. Loose ball. And look, what I tell you, just like that. And see, the reason they'll get back in this game because 22 is on the floor right now. Look, she rebounds, she hustles, she passes. She's the quickest thing on the floor right now, AD. Look at that. 4 points in 15 seconds, AD. Come on now. Come on now. Nice defense.
And what you have right now is the players who don't get a whole lot of time try to impress coach so they can get some burn in some significant point in times in the game.
They better. These young ladies work just as hard in practice as the starters.
Yeah.
And so that's why the coaches, and because you never know, each one of these young ladies is one injury away to a starter to being thrust into the ball game. That's how close it is. One injury that can put a teammate out for a week or several weeks or God forbid, a month. And next minute, you're the one that's being called on. So you have to use these moments to be prepared and be ready.
And with only 11 players on your roster, you're absolutely right. You have to have everybody ready, whereas some teams go 14, 15 deep.
And Coach Wilson, and she's gonna call a set here. Ooh, that's a charge.
Brian, look at it here. This week, this is a big week in Division II football, Brian, especially in the CIAA and the SIAC, where we've got teams that are playing for their playoff lives. Brian will go to the line for 2. Bowie State sitting at number 3 in the CIAA playoffs, Brian. Virginia State, Virginia Union play each other. The winner probably gets in. The loser probably goes home. In the SIAC, you've got the Fountain City Classic, Albany State and Fort Valley playing each other. The winner will win the East. And then you've got Tuskegee's homecoming where Tuskegee hosts Biles, and the winner will win the West. Just real briefly, Brian, just quickly on the football over in Division II.
I'm sorry, Eddie. I got a little distracted. I'm watching I love how the officials, even in a blowout, are still officiating to the letter of the law, sort of admonishing one of the cheerleaders from Edward Waters, telling him to stay back and off the court, even as he does his jumps on the made free throw. It's like she's like, no, stay back.
There you go.
I'm sorry Ooh. Ooh. Make sure everybody's all right.
And the floor just stopped shaking for the collision for those two big girls right there, Brian.
That's a great play. Great play by Miss Seiler. Great play.
And I meant no disrespect by that, but those are the 2 5s on the floor, Brian.
Hey, give some credit to number 33, Gonzalez. For even making the effort to go down there into the lane. No fear.
Great sneak from behind by Lachey Henry.
Oh,
touchdown pass.
What a throw.
And if I'm Brian, I'm mad because somebody just messed up my assist. Look up, look up, look up.
I don't know. I've got to work on that drop step there.
She had to spin to the left if she has a left hand. There's no call on that one.
Silent. Look there. She's like, no. No, you're not coming through here with that.
No. Brittany Howard was looking for the call. There's no call.
Substitution. Just a substitution timeout. I'll tell you what, AD, I'll be interested to see in the conference who turns out to be the favorites for sixth woman of the year. I don't know if it's sixth man or sixth woman of the year, but I'll tell you, Miss Brown for Edward Waters will be a heavy contender because she's a difference maker when she comes off the bench.
Checking into the game for the first time for Edward Waters is Makira Jenkins, number 4, and Latera, no, excuse me, that's not Latera Ransom. That is
3 points away from 90, AD. I tell you what, I'd be upset if we were getting $1 off chicken sandwich coupons though, because they should have had 100. But if 90 gets you a free Subway sandwich, then this crowd should go crazy. And if you're a business, shame on you for not having a promotion, a 90-point plus promotion. You should get in here, over here to these Edward Waters Lady Tigers games and be offering up some type of promotion when they score 90. Subway, hello, Domino's. These are college students, man. You
got Checkers right down the road, Popeyes, Burger King, somebody.
Yeah, all these businesses up and down the road here on King Road, King Avenue.
Kings Road.
Kings Road, yeah. These businesses step up. You got Burger King, Subway, Checkers, and Popeyes, all right here on this road. Oh, they're on campus. Excuse me, Roy Evans tells me.
As Gonzalez has fouled out the game for Florida Memorial, Brian. Checking into the game for the first time is going to be Toriana McDuffie. 6'3" junior for Miami Gardens, Florida, right there in the hometown.
Whoa. Slow down there, Miss Kelly. She shot that one. She's just a little too excited there on that one.
Hey, you got 10 seconds.
Yeah, her teammates are like, whoa, slow down. You don't have to push that one so hard, baby. She'll make this one right here. Ooh. Okay, looking at the laughs from the sideline. Ooh, she's gonna catch it from her teammates on that one. But she makes a good play, though, defensively, though.
Well, they're going to go back and they're going to watch this last minute or so on the BCS end, and they're going to talk about her, Brian.
Okay, because I was going to say, they're not going to watch this last minute in the film room, I'll tell you that.
No. They're going to go back on their social media, on YouTube, on the BCSN network and watch this. Great play. Does this girl know how to not hustle, Brian?
No, hustling is – look, this was a great find by Cole. I don't know where she found this young woman in Daytona Beach. And I'm going to tell you, the schools out – I'm not going to name no names, but the schools in Daytona Beach, you slipped and you lost one right here. Just a great recruiting job because this young lady, she's special.
And probably her size has something to do with it, Brian. I mean, she's only 5'2", Brian, and she may be 115 pounds if we're lucky. But you can't coach hard. You can't teach speed.
No. Well, but see, I always said the thing about small players in size in basketball, if they know how to use their size, they are some of the most dangerous players on the floor because most tall players don't want to deal with them. So they inherently have an advantage. And as long as she stays out of the paint and in bad situations going to the bucket, she'll always have the advantage. Well, I don't
Brittany
think
Howell for three.
I don't think we're going to get the 90, AD.
No, I think they're going to dribble it out.
We both lose.
Good sportsmanship. They're going to dribble it out. Unique Taylor on the defense. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. And that's a winner, folks. Your final score. Edward Waters, 87. Florida Memorial, 48. And we're going to take a brief pause for the call right here from Jacksonville, Florida.
Q-Time is a classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q-Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and sink your chops into our tantalizing, mouth-watering, distinctive soul food with a twist, the Q-Time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking? Then come on down to Q-Time, an Urban Passport member.
A gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now I know there's more.
Wherever you've been, whatever you've been through, we have a warm welcome waiting for you at more than 325 hotels around the world. Book today at DoubleTree.com. DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
It's like a loop machine. Going around town, trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
This December 21st, the best in HBCU football will collide in Atlanta at the Celebration Bowl. MEAC versus SWAC. Champion versus champion. Only one team will rise above the rest and claim the coveted Celebration Bowl trophy. Come join the celebration at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this December. For more information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
You know, the real reason why I went after Comcast and Charter, it didn't have anything to do with my cable networks. It didn't. What happened was a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs, and Comcast did not accept it, and that would have made a lot of money for these black colleges.
Absolutely.
And it would have educated the Black College Sports Network. This is what he wanted to do. That would have educated a lot of black kids. And when they didn't do that, that's when I came off the bench and said, okay, I'm gonna light you up like a Christmas tree. Okay, that was the real reason why I got into it, was when I saw what happened with the Black College Sports Network, which I don't know. I just knew that these black, all right, I knew that these black colleges were going to benefit, and these black kids were going to get the education that they deserved and not have to pay.
All right, we're back here in Jacksonville, Florida. Joining us now on the broadcast is Emma Waters women's head coach, Charmaine Wilson, 5-0 on the young season. First reaction after the victory, Coach Wilson.
It's making history once again, and I'm just so happy and so humble to be a part of this history making. I've been the first coach to get 20-plus wins about 4 or 5 years ago. Then I did it 3 years in a row. And now this, it's just amazing. First reaction, just humble, blessed, very blessed. Amazing start.
Yeah, and you know, you've got over 125 victories in your career here. You know, but this season is a little bit of a different team. You've got experienced starters. First two people off the bench are experienced players, but then you've got a lot of new people also on this team. You've got 2 JUCOs playing a lot of minutes and 2 freshmen that are getting significant minutes. Just kind of talk about trying to get that chemistry going with these young people during this preseason time.
Well, going into the season, I knew I had 8 returning players, which are my veteran players you just mentioned, and I had 4 new pieces. One of them is a JUCO. Last year I had a JUCO that didn't play much, and now she did significant minutes. But my core from last year, I knew we were solid, and I added pieces so we can have a good mix, so I won't miss a beat when I hit my bench. I have 2 solid point guards. I can go either or with Shaquanda Brown and Brittany Thompson. They're solid. One is the floor general, and one is just so quick, she's faster than the ball, as you can see tonight. So I can use the word humble and blessed again to have such a group that I've had for 3 years or more, and they're plugged in. The president is plugged into what we got going. So I got a good group, and I'm just going to stay humble, stay hungry, and I'm just going to use what I got.
All right. Mia leads the way with 20 points today. LaQuanza Glover, just a beast on the boards for undersized big, as I like to call her. Right. Just kind of talk about them and a couple of the other players who had tremendous games.
Well, Mia Late is her last
name. I apologize.
Yeah, she likes to pronounce it right. She's an amazing scorer. She has the ability to score at will, as you can see. She did this effortlessly tonight. I just asked her to settle down earlier because she was forcing the action to start instead of allowing it to happen within the system. Once she settled, as you can see, she played within the system, got 20 points, and an outstanding 7 steals within our system. We're up-tempo offensively and defensively. And to talk about LaQuanza Glover, we call her Q. Q is an undersized coach, and she's a double-double every night. She's not healthy right now. She played on one leg with a double-double. And she said, Coach, why you take me out? I said, the trainer asked me to take you out. We want to save you for later. So, you know, when you got kids that hungry and that passionate, don't want to come out the game, I got an amazing group. I got an absolutely amazing group. They're super, they're hungry. Yeah. They believe in my system, so I'm with it.
Yeah. One thing when I look at this stat sheet in front of us that impresses me as a former coach, I see 34 field goals, 23 assists. That means your girls are out there sharing the ball. They're having fun out there. And those were led by Brittany Thompson with 7 assists. And then who I like to call the little rabbit on the floor who just does not know how to get in the game and not hustle, Miss Shaquanda Brown. You know, just kind of talk about those 2-headed monsters that you have at the point position.
Like I said earlier, I got 2 starting point guards. I got a good problem to have. Like, I can go either or and still have the same results. Like, Shaquanda's quicker than the ball. She hustles every single time she gives us an offensive spark. Brittany's a floor general who just has high basketball IQ. So again, I'm just blessed and humbled to have both of them. I just want to stay healthy. God give me the strength to this coaching group because I got them believing me early. They believe in my system. I'm just in at Edward Waters College at an amazing time, and I'm just blessed.
Yeah, and I could go on and on about these players, but I want to talk about one new player that you have on your team, Alexis Silver, coming off the bench. I mean, she just, she I don't know what to say. She just has, she's skillful around the basket. She does a lot of the little things that you need to do. She even took a charge down here, and she set screens. She seems like the kind of player you can just put on the floor and forget about her sometimes, Coach.
Yeah. Well, she took a couple of charges that the officials dismissed a few calls, in my opinion. I asked the players to be selfless and take a hit, take a sacrifice, but she's been a great addition. If you ask me now, I think she's the missing link that we missed last season on March 3rd when we lost the championship game. We were undersized. I went out this summer and I vowed to get a post player that can be solid and big, and I think she's it. I got to mold it and shape it into shape so she can finish the season. We got to stay healthy, and I think she's just that extra addition that we need, and I think we'll be solid.
All right, your next game is against Warner. That game's going to be on Monday. What we're going to see in practice tomorrow and Sunday, Coach?
Tomorrow you're going to see a lighter practice because we pressed the entire game. I've pressed for the last minute on the clock, as you can see. When I do that, I told them, if you're not tired, you're not working.
Right.
So I'm going to have a lighter practice meeting, more of a shooting practice, talk about defense, and then Sunday we'll go at it again and prepare for Monday. So tomorrow's light.
All right. All right, Coach Wilson, any last words before we get out of here?
Thank you for the opportunity to speak about women's basketball. It's been a pleasure to be here over my last 8 years. This is my 9th season. I'm blessed. I'm humble. We know this is our year. We just got to stay healthy. So continue to support the Lady Tigers.
Well, we hope to see you down in New Orleans this year and hope that you come away with the hardware this year. Coach Charmaine Wilson for the Edward Waters Lady Tigers, and we'll be back on the Black College Sports Network after these messages.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The Creole seasoning is a sodium-free and sugar-free blend that's versatile enough to put on anything. One of the first blends I developed more than 8 years ago, the Creole seasoning has an unmistakable aroma, a bold flavor, and a little heat for character. Every time I open one of these bottles, I hear trumpets and big band music.
Q Time is our classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and sink your chops into our tantalizing, mouth-watering, distinctive soul food with a twist, the Q Time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking?